This game was insane, and the Celtics started out very hot. First off, after this Brown 3 to start the game, look at the intensity right away defensively. You have Hauser, Tatum immediately tag teaming, taking away that Garland drive. Meanwhile, Brown is getting physical with Mitchell at half court. Look at where they're starting their offense. I think this caught the Cavs off guard and resulted in a dysfunctional start offensively for them. They were missing every three, but they also weren't in rhythm threes. They didn't even touch the paint the first 2 minutes of the game. And on the other end of the floor, it was the opposite. The Celtics were getting into the paint, causing the Cavaliers to rotate. And all of a sudden, it's 11-0. Timeout, Cavaliers. And out of the timeout, what do you know? The Cavaliers touched the paint and they scored their first basket. Unfortunately for the Cavs, that didn't last. Tatum and Brown were feeling themselves. Both of them had 8 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. Also, the team was playing great defense. Hauser containing the ball, keeping Garland in front, which forces Mobley into a contested three. Wicked spin move finally gets the Cavs in the paint, but Al Horford denies Mitchell. 9 fast break points off great defense and silly turnovers. A huge reason the game started 25-3, another timeout. Now, let me tell you, this response out of the timeout was the most underrated part of the game. It gave Cleveland a chance and confidence. I really credit Max Strus' defense here, starting it all, not allowing Brown to bully him. That's the type of physicality and toughness they need to stand a chance. And then the aggression on the fast break, it gave them confidence. It gave them life. And it cut the lead to 25-7. The first quarter actually ended 38-26. Not bad considering how they started out. How on earth did they do that? Well, first off, they stopped allowing fast break points, kept the Celtics in the half court. Tatum was cooking Allen and Garland at points, but also the Celtics really reverted to iso ball the last 6 minutes of the first quarter. It turns out they had 0 assists over that span. Shout out Ty Jerome. He was cooking 8 points to end the first. Gotta love his confidence here. He just pulls up from the 4-point line because they left him open. Then an amazing defensive rep from Mobley versus Tatum. Look at them fight on the glass too. Then Ty Jerome hits the floater in the pick and roll. Now he has the big man switch. No, he's not gonna do it. 3-point splash. It's down to single digits. Now Tatum did his thing to end the quarter, but overall a great response from Cleveland to give them a chance. Moving on to the next quarter, in the first 3 minutes, they just went back and forth playing even basketball, and then the Cavaliers made a run. This second quarter lineup of Pritchard, White, Brown, Horford, and Luke Cornett for the Celtics really struggled. Negative 58 net rating in 4 minutes. The Cavaliers deployed a zone defense, which stalled their offense. Look at them swarm around on this possession. Then, on the other end, they were thriving on the offensive glass. 6 second chance points. Tatum came back in and started cooking. He was really loving the Allen matchup, taking advantage of that. And remember the Cavaliers early in the game, they were not getting in the paint. Well, all of a sudden, they're breaking down the defense, and this 3 brings it to 2 points. The Celtics did clap back to end the half. They were up by 10 points to end the second quarter. Well, I should rephrase that. Jason Tatum clapped back. An insane 1 minute stretch from him. Here, Tatum starts by bullying Allen downhill once again. Then he blocks Ty Jerome immediately offensively off the dribble 3 in Allen's face. Then he gets some luck from the basketball gods with the bank 3. Then he cooks Evan Mobley off the dribble. Jason Tatum in the first half, 19 minutes, 147.7 offensive rating, 114 defensive rating, 33.7 net rating with him on the floor. He was truly dominant. Now we're going to the second half, 10-17 in the third, still a 10-point game. But then we saw the first quarter Celtics again. They are hunting Garland. Now Strus is in help, opening up a pass. Hauser beats the reckless closeout, and now Derek White is wide open. Then, defensively, look at Al Horford. Take away the layup. Brown forces Strus off the line. Horford is right there. And then he denies Hunter at the rim. Naturally, in transition, they get the Garland mismatch, and the size is too much. Celtics back up by 17. Unfortunately for them, the Cavaliers owned the rest of the quarter. They were attacking Hauser, Garland between, crossover, contested floater, no problem. Strus screens again, two stay on Garland, quick pass, and then a lob. Tatum continued to cook this quarter, but look at this rep by Allen, who was getting attacked all night. He bounced back on both ends in the third quarter. That leads to Garland doing that. My goodness, that was crafty. And then Garland again looking to attack that Hauser matchup. Gets into the paint and opens up an offensive rebound for Allen, and then he gets fouled. Allen's stuck on Tatum again. He does the best he can. He misses. Garland then rewards him on the other end of the floor. That connection was carrying them through the middle of the third. Tatum was still cooking, don't get it twisted. But then Donovan Mitchell got involved. He gets the screen, takes the space, and fires away, followed by a great defensive possession. They get nowhere near the paint and end up with a contested shot. Luckily, Tatum misses the second chance opportunity as well. In transition, Mitchell has Horford on him, so he crosses over, too quick for him. He makes this tough moving floater look easy, when in reality, that's a very tough shot. Another possession where the Celtics don't get near the paint, followed up by a Donovan Mitchell transition three-pointer. Again, the Celtics just keep chucking jumpers without touching the paint, and they are cold. Meanwhile, Mitchell can't be contained. He draws a foul on this drive. Finally, the Celtics attack. They get a good matchup, and Tatum drives. Merle stands no chance, and it results in 2 points. Remember when they were up by 17? Well, now it's 98-95 after all of that. The start of the fourth quarter was the Evan Mobley show. He scored 11 points, 7 rebounds in the first 7 minutes. He started it off with a 3-point splash, 2-point game all of a sudden. Immediately, they lock up on the other end. Look at Dean Wade forcing a tough shot, resulting in a miss. Then, early in the shot clock, they get White on Mobley, and eventually, that comes back to haunt the Celtics easy too. And my goodness, this Evan Mobley sequence is insane. Poor Ty Jerome touches the earth, then gets blown by. Don't worry, Mobley is there to contest. Ty Jerome then misses. Don't worry, Evan Mobley got the rebound. Then Donovan Mitchell eventually misses. No worries. Mobley fights for it, draws a foul, and then seconds later, as a roller, he draws another foul, 2 more at the free throw line. And guess what? He's not done. After those free throws, Jaylen Brown misses, and then in the fast break situation, he hits the 3 like it's nothing. What a run. All of a sudden, it's 104-101. Cavaliers lead the game. Celtics are down by 5, and Mobley is out of the game, so they are really focusing on attacking Garland. Good fight by the Cavs here, but it's just too much size. After a stop, naturally Garland is matched up with Brown. He's just too small, and it's good. And again, Brown gets the better of him, but low-key, this was their downfall because they try again and the Cavaliers successfully defend it. Now, the Celtics are out of rhythm and Brown forces a drive. Meanwhile, Tatum didn't touch the ball. Shout out Garland for changing the script. Here, he forces a moving screen by Tatum just by playing really hard. Next offensive possession, same thing, but for some odd reason, Derek White forces a quick 3. I'm so confused. Tatum has 40 plus points and he's not touching the ball. Just a failure from a process perspective down the stretch for the Celtics. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers' best player, Donovan Mitchell, took over. As they were trolling offensively, no one could stop Mitchell on the other end of the floor. 7 points for him in the last 3 minutes. And that resulted in the Cavaliers taking home the dub. Just a crazy game. Hopefully they meet in the playoffs because this is a fun matchup. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments section.